Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shalia or Michelle, whichever you prefer to call me, and I'm glad you're here because I'm going to walk you through my process of making my DreamSnaps photos in hopes that it'll inspire you through the creative process to make your photos the best they can be. Let's get started. Our very first real challenge was the Dreamlight Ball Challenge. It was an outfit challenge, so I started out in the castle with my gorgeous gown, and after spending about an hour trying to find the perfect spot, I realized I should have built a set outside and make it look like I put a little more effort and thought into it, and thus the sets were born. I then went in search of my valley just to find the perfect spot and settled on the Forest of Valor. Here I already had a base set built for Wally's Dream Bundle quest, so I decided to build upon that. I mean, why not? It was already there, right? Once I decided that this was a spot, I quickly set my filters for the required and suggested items and started looking at all my current available items. At this time, as I'm looking at all the items, I'm starting to envision how the set should look in my head. I have quite the imagination, so this part was really fun for me. I basically just started putting items down, and if I loved it, I kept it, and if I didn't love it, I got rid of it. And since the Dreamlight Ball was actually a rather simple challenge, I thought I'd start with this one and work our way up to the more difficult one. I'm going to show you my fire and water build in a little bit, but first let's take a look at the completed Dreamlight Ball set. This picture almost got me in the top 1,000 in that first week, and I earned 4,000 moonstones. Now I haven't been near the top 1,000 since, but I hope to get there very soon, fingers crossed. So let's head up to the Forgotten Lands now, and I'll show you how I built my set for the Fire and Water Challenge. The Fire and Water Challenge was the hardest for me. I basically set this build up the same way I set up the Dreamlight Ball build, but I had to start from scratch this time. As you can see, I started out with a base and added items from there. I recommend if you're having a hard time starting a challenge, figure out what your centerpieces are going to be first, and then build out your set from there. I used 2 waterfalls and the fire and water fountain for my base. Don't be afraid to try different items for your base. Keep setting things down until you love it. I honestly tried about 20 to 30 variations of items until they all just seemed to click. Once you have your set built, you want to fool around with the time of day and your graphics settings. And don't forget, even in a furniture challenge, put on your favorite matching outfit and include your pet companion if it works with the theme. Even though this was a furniture challenge, I made sure I had the perfect matching outfit and hair, and that I had my fiery raven on hand, which I think really helped the picture stand out. And while I was working on the perfect set, I pulled out my camera often just to figure out my poses and angles and to make sure I was at least including all of the required items. So if something looked off when I was in my camera view, I would either replace that item or move it. And as I took this picture, I realized I still needed more items, more red items, which this really was a pain, finding all these red and blue items that would actually fit in the frame. It was so frustrating to me, to be honest. All in all, this build was a lot of fun, and I did switch things around like 20-30 times. What you're seeing on the screen here is not even close to what I ended up with. Let me go ahead and show you that quick, and I think you'll like the finished product. I think some of you have already seen this picture, but I'm going to show it to everyone again just in case you haven't seen it. As you can see, I changed from the red dress to the orange dress because I thought it stood out and it matched the glow of the fire much better. And I also used the fairy godmother bench because it was actually considered to be a blue item. Who knew? But I love how the fountain tiles worked out. It took me a while to get this picture because I had to time it just right to have all 4 tiles go off at the same time. That was a hard feat, especially to get me to smile in the process. But after all the hours I spent working on this one, I placed 8,825 and received 1,500 moonstones, which was less than I was expecting after putting so much effort into this one. However, to be fair, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So no matter how much work I put into this and how much time I spent on it, it only ever mattered what everybody else thought. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this one should have gotten a higher score? I thought it should have, but I could be wrong. But I do love how it turned out. And in all honesty, that's really all that should matter. My advice to all of you is make sure you have fun with this. Do it for you, not for everyone else. Don't worry about your score at the end of the day. It really doesn't matter. Just do what you do. And that's really all that we can do, really. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and even share it if you'd like. And I will see you guys all next time. Thanks for coming along. Bye!